Hello.
Hello. Give me a second. I need to.
Okay.
Close.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi. Alright, let's go ahead and just make sure everyone's volume is about the same. Good.
Very cool.
Testing.
Okay, so are you just gonna share your screen and we just roast the shit out of your artifacts? Is that what we're doing?
Pretty much. Just go ahead and
Okay,
take care of
great.
that. Stream or grant access, I
That should
guess.
be fun.
Alright. Reens, I do need you to increase your microphone volume a bit more though.
For me?
Yeah. Actually, no, I'll just lower Ayzel's then. There you go. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is, yes, go through every character one at a time, and you guys can roast my builds, my talents, my constellations, my weapon, whatever. I guess main goal would be for like what to do next, because I do have a checklist. Like I do still have a few things I want to work on, namely leveling up the Dendros. Well, maybe not Lumine, but Tinari, I want to bring him up a bit. Tinari, I can't pronounce it. But like as to the characters who are already level 90 and worked on, I guess you can give me a list of priorities of what to do next, kind of.
I see. All right.
Both of you can see the stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
can see it. All right. Before we start, where would you classify yourself on like the resin refresh list?
Oh,
Do you resin refresh? Do you not?
for a while at the start, like first year, I did just to like speed through the AR, the adventure rank and stuff, and also just to min-max everything. Then after a while, when we were, I would say for most of mid version 2, like January and onwards, I kind of didn't care. Or actually, for most of version 2 overall, I didn't care because why would I bother wasting resin just to get more garbage artifacts? But then ever since they expanded the strong box, I've been doing up to 3 per day.
Oh, so you're really going all out. All right.
I guess. I mean, I get free most, so I figured why not.
Everyone was just pumping out ESF artifacts for like the last 8 patches.
I did do that, but how do I say? I just kind of gave up after a while because I didn't think my characters needed it needed it enough to where I would want to spend money doing so. Anyways, so we'll go at the start, and yes, we'll even go through the lame characters. And if my girlfriend
Don't call
sees
Diluc
this,
lame. Okay,
she
now
will
I'm
hate
mad.
me because Diluc is her waifu apparently.
Diluc sucks. Diluc is lame.
What are you talking about, dude? Diluc is best. All right.
You don't have the skin. For shame. This is that. Alright, I'm critiquing. You don't have the Diluc skin. This isn't out.
Fine.
Okay, 80, 150, 117 ER, 61.6 Pyro.
Yeah. So he's got R2, Gravestone, and I'm running Crimson Witch.
For
So
CW, alright.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good flower.
That's a respectable crit rate for Wolf's
Yes.
Gravestone.
I
Oh,
stopped
but-
working on Diluc after I didn't want to farm the Pyro
That's
domain.
a very nice sans.
Yeah. I'm very proud of this one. I was happy with that. This is the terrible one, but I don't have anything else. Like,
Fair enough.
yeah. And what's his? Yeah, his crown. So I could have just switched out.
Oh, wait. Go back to that, Sir Cliff.
So context, I do have options to use other goblets, but
Oh
Well,
my
so
God.
here's the thing, right? You can actually run Diluc on 2-piece Crimson, 2-piece Gladiators, and it's not much worse at all compared to 4-piece Crimson.
because he doesn't really capitalize on overload or on vape, right? Yeah.
Well, he vapes like
He
61%
does,
of
it
his
just-
damage.
It just winds up being about the same.
Yeah.
Depending on if you're using something like Sucrose where you have EM share, 4CW will come out a little bit ahead.
Okay.
But for most teams, like if you're running him with a Kazuha or like a Zhongli, they're pretty much.
I mean, then in that case, I could probably the flower I could forfeit is this one, because this one's only this is 37, right? Give or take.
Yeah, so you could get rid of the flower. I think my recommendation would be actually just swap your sands, because your sands is very good. But
But-
if you have an EM sands that's like anywhere close to that, then it'll be better.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you have Wolf's Gravestone on Diluc, which means that you already have a saturation of attack percent,
Yeah.
which means that EM tends to come out ahead.
Well, I do have an EM Crimson Witch, but it's not great.
It's not as good as your attack stance. I would be surprised if the attack stance
Oh,
still
I have
earlier
this.
builds, but well, yeah, you could definitely use that.
Okay. There's the Gladdy piece, and then I can swap this out for something else, right? Or do I have... Yeah, so I can swap this out for an actual decent artifact then.
Yeah, so you could use like 3 Glad pieces and 2 Crimson Witch pieces, and that would be fine as
What do
well.
What do we got? Apparently nothing. Well, we have this, I guess, or probably this because it has
Just
one
the
more.
flat attack. That's 66 flat attack.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it more or less the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep mine at about 115 ER. Just I don't like going in without a burst.
I don't either. I don't like having low ER even on characters that don't really need it that much. Like, Goodness, I can't. Oh no, we're not trading that one. Definitely not that one.
Fair enough.
Do I even have an EM? No, or ER? No, all the ones that do have ER are... Well,
Well, that's
mean-
a lot of ER. That's actually not even bad, because I think that in general, like, people will say, like, you have an ER target of X number,
yeah.
but that's always assuming that you funnel and play perfectly. Typically, people will mess up, like, at least once when in a battle. So it's nice to have a little bit of an ER buffer of like 10-20% just to make sure that you have your burst on time. Because Diluc, he's not like 100% burst reliant like Xiaoming or whatever, but
yeah.
he's still very burst reliant.
It's a big
because-
chunk of his damage.
yeah. It's a big chunk of his damage, plus you need the Pyro Infusion to make
Yeah.
rolls.
So it's 999. For I guess a bit of context, I have a ton of crowns and I'm just never using them because I don't know. I've never found a need to. Kind of thing.
That's fine. I mean, it's talents do give you a decent hit.
It's your favorites. That's who gets crowned.
Yeah. He's C4 though.
I have no favorites.
Yeah.
Solid, very solid.
So Xiao. This is Xiao.
I see.
I don't use Xiao for active combat. He's just an overworld. This is my overworld party. They're just for general travel, mobbing,
I
and
see.
clear. Yeah. But Xiao, he has R3, Jade, and he's running. What did I put him on? Oh, just I was supposed to farm his Vermilion set, but I didn't really. I didn't really bother. This is his flower,
Very
and
solid.
then his feather, which I'm okay with for now. I tried it for me, especially for feather and flower. I want to go for 40, but I was like, I'm not going to invest too much into this guy.
But that really likes the attack percent there, so that's not bad.
Oh, really?
very-
He's attack based?
Well, how it works is Xiao's burst gives him a lot of damage percent. If you have a lot of
It has a
damage
massive
percent, that
amount
makes
of damage
crit
percent,
and
so it
attack
amplifies
more
your attack.
comparatively valuable.
Okay.
So yeah, attack's good.
All right, and then I don't have
That
anything
could be
else.
better, definitely.
Yeah, this needs work.
Honestly, if you want to use Xiao for Overworld, I would just run like Skyward Spine on him and use like an ERs. Or no, ER sends you lose a lot of damage. But for Overworld, it's like you don't really care about the damage as much because
Yeah.
like what difference does it make if something dies in like 1 plunge versus 2 plunges or whatever in Overworld?
I don't know. You two are the theory crafters, not me.
Overworld Xiao practically depends just on his skill, because almost everything dies in 1E.
This is just I just took this for the crit roll. I don't think there's anything better. Let me see. No,
Yeah,
nothing really
That's
better.
fine.
That's
I
a
don't-
fair piece.
Yeah. Well, Gobla is the only piece where I'm like, I'll be tolerant of sub 30 or like 30 ideally, but that's about it. So then we have this, which also again, because of masks, like the crowns or the friggin' this one, the Diluc one, it is like once in a generation. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I actually have like 4 gladiator circlets that are all on that level. I don't know why. I only get gladiator circlets.
Oh yeah, me too. I get I think for me it's like noblesse. Noblesse, I get blessed, like this one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Alright, so that's Xiao, and he's I got his and Reens, you and I, we like these kinds of constellations. These are my favorite. Yeah.
For overworld, that's definitely fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always the caveat, like in Abyss, it doesn't actually affect your ER as much, but in overworld, go for it.
Yeah. 799. I know he is plunging, but I don't use him for active combat right now. I do bring him every now and then.
That's
like for
fair. You kind of have the talents backwards. Usually it's 997. You really just want burst.
Okay.
Yeah, you just want burst to 7 because that's where the little cutoff is for his health drain, so he doesn't kill himself as fast.
That's true.
Isn't
yeah.
damage priority still normal burst skill though, or is it normal skill burst?
Normal. Burst and skill you basically just alternate, but yeah, normal burst skill.
I do not remember anything about building Xiao.
All right. So Kazuha, my baby, my boy, the best unit in the game.
Very cool.
No cap. All right. So 948, and then I was trying to get at least a bit more crit on him. I know you don't need to. I know it's all EM, but it's like I want to still let his E do some damage.
ER is a little low there, but I guess he's not really swirling much in this comp.
What is low? The ER or EM?
ER, yeah.
Oh, ER.
Well, he's with Xiao, so he'll get some some
yeah.
energy.
So this one, it was actually a lot higher, but the reason why I traded it was because I found myself not really needing to worry too much about it, like empirical. Well, that's not true. He struggles a bit. I would be, maybe if it was like 130, I would be able to skill kind of like better player my way through it, but I don't know, it's been tough because I've gone through so many iterations of like I'm torn. Should I prioritize EM or ER? Like for example, this flower is 75.
If I run him solo, I usually get him about to 160. Be like comfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, like for example, I've blown through so many feathers and they've all trolled me really hard.
Attack. Well, what team are you going to be using him in?
Kazuha, I usually bring him into. He's kind of like my wild card. I don't have him as a dedicated support into anything. It's just like if I bring him into Abyss as area control or crowd control.
I see.
Not really a damage comp. For example, he's comp that I would probably bring him into is one of my favorite comps, even though it's not the most efficient, is Ayaka, Shunhe, and Kazuha and Zhongli.
Mm-hmm. I see. I think in that case, then you would definitely want to prioritize more ER.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of how you would do this.
With him. I would even go as high as like 180 there if you want to be like really comfortable.
The issue is Zhongli is just an energy black hole. Like he doesn't really generate that much energy, so he's basically just an energy loss on your teams.
Yeah.
Ayaka and Shenhe's energy gen is not as good as Ayaka's, if I remember correctly.
Depends. If you run her Fab, she's okay. If you don't,
yeah, Shenhe on Fab is fine. But I think that definitely you would want more ER on Kazuha.
Yeah.
The sucky thing about Kazuha is that he actually really, really likes attack. So if you swap your sands out from an attack percent to an ER attack percent sands to an ER percent sands, then it actually does hurt a bit. Or sorry, EM. I thought you were using attack on him for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, he also does really like EM. So if you swap from EM to ER, it does hurt.
Yeah. You saw it probably, but I have this. So
yeah, C2 is very nice.
Yeah. And he's 599. Actually, maybe for Kazuha is probably beneficial too. No, because the utilities in his passive, so these two are not really necessary.
Well, how it works is Kazuha's damage split is like
it's pretty even.
It's mostly in his burst. Like his burst is your number one priority.
Okay.
But after that, your skill and your normal attack do about equal amounts of damage, because whenever you use a skill, he does a plunge, and the plunging damage is affected by his normal attack.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Which means that you actually want to level his skill and normal about equally.
I completely forgot.
About the same amount per skill use.
Oh, wow. I actually completely forgot that I think it's like the Xiao effect where I thought that the empowerments are all attached to, because like you know how Childe is, his empowerments are attached to this, not this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why I thought the same principle
weird,
applied to
like
everyone
that.
else.
His skill really is split between his skill and burst, but they're not like you have him EM based, so
Yeah.
they're not super high priority. It's okay. Like, I personally leave mine at 666 across the board.
Okay.
I don't really have actually I did start leveling up his skill and normal attack now, but that's mostly because I've been building him 4TF Kazuha, where he's just spamming that plunge over and over, so it starts to become worth it.
Ironically, I actually not this. I actually love his C1 because I like to have the double cast on skill.
The double cast is really fun. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so that's him. This is Yelan. So she's sitting at now. I know for her, she has a very extremely inflated crit stats because of her passive stat and her weapon. Yeah, Simulacra is broken. Holy shit. So she's 86, 225, 136. I know ER is low. I know most people say like 145, 150, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 61.
No,
so it depends on
if
how
she's
you're doing your rotations.
I'd go like 180 on her. Well, you have C1, so you have a little more leniency there.
And I usually run her in Xingqiu Duo anyway, so.
If you run her with Xingqiu, I think most people tend to do like one skill per rotation.
Yeah.
Does your Xingqiu have sack or fast?
He's got sack, yeah. I know some people. I know. I've heard that from Alexi. He told me that that's actually not optimal on him for endgame. Like you can find a way to cheat with like if you can get the ER going, then you don't need to worry about sack. But
if you have enough ER with Jade Cutter or Mist Splitter or Summit Shaper, or Haran, those are all better.
Like sack will give you a few more hydro particles for Yelan and himself, but when you have them both, you don't want to be missing those procs.
Yeah.
It hurts even more in that case because that's
true.
time you're not spent driving.
It's too it's a lot tighter on execution.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I also prioritize comfy. Yeah. I like comfy.
If you like comfy though, I would just run the ER stance instead of what else I do right now.
Now, what is the optimal artifact set? I've heard several. I know several mixed opinions. Some people say you could do double. You could do double water, double noblesse. You could do 4-piece EOSF. You could do.
It's always 4-piece EOSF.
Yeah, it's not really close. The low ER one, if you do the double hydro, it's like about 90%. Like if you do a 2-2 set.
All right,
the issue though is double hydro. The only way that you can get down to an ER requirement of like 130 or so is if you use 2 skills per elemental burst, which you can do with C1.
Around a 5 on your
But I still think that that's like really on the edge of like viability if you run 130. I still think that if you have 2 skills per burst, dual hydro, your Xingqiu is on stack, I would still recommend like 140, 150.
Okay.
If you have one, you're going to be doing the two skills per burst.
Yeah.
It would be silly not to, because that's how you just start the rotation with that.
And also hers is she's got such a low cooldown that both of them come back up by the time you need to refresh anyway. So I also just I geared her up with the mindset of the individual artifacts are just really buff in stats. Like this one. This one actually, so I'm confused. HP I initially went with, that's only just because this is a 40%. Or 40 CV, but what do you want the main stat on her to be? ER?
ER or AP. With yours, if you can get you're running double hydro, you might be able to get away with an HP stance if you have enough ER in substats. Like I said, you need probably about like 130 to be comfortable.
If I'm 130, what am I again?
You're 136.
136. Yeah, it's not like super comfy, but she does so much damage.
That's fair. The thing is, like, whenever I look at ER, right, it's always if you are barely missing your ER threshold, then you lose so much damage. And you lose a tiny bit of damage by sacrificing a little bit of whatever offensive stat in order to get to your ER threshold. Because you have to think about it like this, right? Like, if I'm on Yelan and Xingqiu, and I don't have enough energy to cast my Yelan burst again, then I have to wait for 10 seconds to cast another Yelan burst, another Yelan skill in order to funnel, or I have to wait for 20 seconds, which I'm not going to do, to cast another Xiao skill to funnel, or I have to funnel with one of my other 2 teammates, and they may not be the best at generating energy. Like Hu Tao, she's not going to be able to funnel you any energy. Because her energy generation is on her skill, but you only ever want to use her skill when your Yelan burst is already up. So, I think that in general, just for characters that have longer skill cooldowns, especially like Yelan and Xiao, it's always worth it to just run more ER because you don't want to risk not having enough ER and not having your burst up because you just lose so much DPS.
That is true. A few rotations.
My philosophy is also I don't like changing my characters' equips between like different teams. And I'll do some double hydro teams, but I also use Yelan just as a solo hydro sometimes. So I just build her that way. Like I know I could be getting a little more damage out of her in my double hydro teams, but until we get presets for artifacts, it's not happening.
That's true, hassle. I find myself actually, Ayzel, that's a good point. I did find myself like switching to Yelan, and she's like 2 particles away from being capped. And I'm like, come on!
In the world.
What about this one?
That one is solid. Fine.
The EM's kind of wasted because she's never gonna be the one getting vaped in a double hydro.
I don't know. I mean,
let's see. That one might be better than 9.3 HP one.
Okay. That's fine. I don't mind. For me, also, my philosophy of crit is I always value crit rate more than crit damage. I would rather get 10 hits of 150% crit than 1 hit of 250% crit. Or something like that.
I can tell you're not a Eula player just from that statement.
Yes, I don't care about all the Eula I don't care about your 5 mil damage per screenshots. Like, I don't care. I'd rather get 10 screenshots of 500k.
I see.
So, and then that's her, is her crown and goblet. Her goblet is
I think you could squeeze out a lot more damage if you had a good ESF set for her, but that depends on what you have.
I mean, maybe I can. I can show you what I have.
That's a very solid piece. I
can show you what I have. So, the flowers, because Xiangling and Xiao don't have.
The flowers fine actually.
Your first one's pretty good,
Yeah, it has HP % on it.
It's got 11%
HP % is nearly as good as crit for Yelan. If you don't have an HP Sands, if you do have an HP Sands, it becomes slightly worse than crit if I remember correctly. But in general, it's just relatively comparable.
Almost the same,
yeah. We're keeping this one, right?
That one's definitely,
I think so. Well, let's see if you have a good.
That one's fine. That's good actually, because you have HP %, right?
Very solid.
Yeah. And then I don't. Do I have a hydro here? Oh no, I don't need hydro. It's
crit rate probably.
It's not.
Oh,
it's not yet.
That's actually
that one with HP % is fine as well.
That one's very solid.
What are we looking at? All right. So crit numbers didn't change. ER went up though. Wait, what did I lose then? I lost. What did I lose?
Probably some attack. Well, actually, what did you lose?
No, because the crit numbers didn't change much.
Well, the crit number, a large portion of the contribution is probably coming from your flower.
Right.
Or not flower, sorry, the feather. So.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, when I changed 4 artifacts.
Your goblet was a big upgrade. So.
That's true.
Only had an ER on it.
Yeah, this one, and the ER is coming from the EOSF.
Yeah, so that's a big improvement.
Got it. All right, so she's done. Oh, she's so C1 and 4, 8, 10. So I did give her a 10.
Yep, that's solid.
Yeah. Actually, why did I give her a 10? I don't know. So Zhongli. Also, yes, this will be a very long video, and I'm not going to edit it because I don't want to. I'll just upload it raw.
It's probably gonna be a while to edit, or it would take like way too long to edit everything. Yeah.
So Zhongli, I am mixed on him.
Wait, so what do you run him? What do you run him for? Do you run him as a shield bot? I think that looks like a shield bot, right?
I run him for mostly shield, but I also do like big meteor damage. Hence why I do. This is the one character I break my rule on, and I go for a screenshot.
Bit of a hybrid build. Okay.
Yeah, just a hybrid. So he goes Homa.
Homa's fine, yeah.
And then for him, he's 2-piece. 2-piece Archaic Petra and 2-piece Tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3-piece.
It's a very solid hybrid build.
HP and ER. Again, HP and ER.
I don't like that flower. Like
The flower?
yeah, it has a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do
it's
have a
just
3-piece. Yeah, I do have a 3-piece on this, so I can switch it out for something.
like that. That is much
Okay.
better.
Okay.
You probably need. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I got this a long time ago, but I got other flowers when I was going for Kokomi, and I just never bothered to switch it. I completely didn't. This is his HP hourglass. It's a lot of flat HP. I was just like, screw it.
That's a little sad, but okay. 1,000 flat HP.
It's okay. It's okay. Goblet.
That's coping. That's coping right there.
What, this one? Oh, you mean this one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
1,000 flat anything is just coping right there. But you don't have much other options, so we'll stick to it.
Pretty. I don't know why. I guess for me, EM loves me. Like, I showed you a couple instances where I got like all EM
that's
rolls.
good for Kazuha, I guess.
Yeah. It's like instead of Noel defense artifacts, it's just EM Kazuha artifacts. So this one I was okay with. I liked it. I was happy with that one. Alright, so he's C2. I like the utility constellations.
Very cool.
And then he's 699. Okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Alright, Venti, my boy.
It's a lot of ER.
I've gone through different phases on him. At some points I went for full just chainsaw, like wood chipper, just explode everything, tornado damage, and other times I went for spam. Ever since I got his elegy though, is elegy or is elegy?
Elegy.
Elegy, yeah.
And ever since I got elegy, I went for more quantity of tornadoes instead of quality of tornadoes, because usually the comps I attach him to are he's just for crowd control at that point.
Is that attack and crit rate Venti though? I saw you had like 200 ER.
Yeah, I put in a bit more. Again, I still want my utility characters to do damage if possible, because if I can get their bursts up, then ER is like a comfy metric for me. So here is flower. That's 34 with a bit of ER. I know for animal characters, ER is always a nice treat.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very nice.
So oh my god, so many flowers, so many feathers, and then I just have so many. It's like it could have been a little bit better, but actually this is probably better, right? No, I have too much ER on this guy anyway.
I don't think you need more ER because you're at 200, right?
Yeah.
If anything, I would look for a little more EM.
Yeah, but no, all of these are just.
I personally like more of the EM Venti build, just because to get the ADC build to really kick off, you need a very high.
What's ADC
value.
again?
ADC is attack damage % crit.
Oh, because every time you hear ADC, I think AD carry from League.
From
That's
League.
basically where it comes from, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we just repurposed it because Genshin.
Attack, damage, and crit. Yeah, it's like the 3 slots versus
Yeah.
triple EM.
Well, we can hold off on that for now. And then I have this, which I've just given up on the resistance set. I'm gonna probably try to reattempt it now that they had a strong box, but I've given up. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I feel like an EM stance here would help you a lot over the attack stance.
Oh right, I need to be indoctrinated to the EM. Well,
Yes.
what is his non? Oh no, I can't. I don't have an EM time. I do like have Kazuha's, but I'll have to find that again.
For some lockbox action.
Yeah. This is his. Oh.
It's okay. I've gone. What is it now? Almost 2 years, and I still don't have a 5-star EM Weavy Circlet.
I don't think any of us do.
Yeah, my poor Kazuha's like suffering.
I have one with 30 CV on it.
Oh, good for you. And Goblet though, I like this one. I do like this one.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. And then Hat, I was whatever. Hat's another thing I gave up on. There's just wait.
Actually,
No. Okay. Here's the problem. Wait.
pretty similar.
Wait. This is just better. What? When did I find this one? Okay. I'm just forgetting artifacts now. Oh, or what about
I
this
like
one?
that one even more for the extra.
Okay.
The mastery. I would definitely create a little bit of crit damage for mastery on him.
Oh, he's got jack shit because his constellations are ass.
Yeah.
579.
One thing that I will note about his constellations is that generally for basically any like swirler, like Venti, Kazuha, you always want to substitute the goblet first, then circlet and sands are about equal. So let's say like you have Kazuha and you have triple EM. If you want to start building Kazuha in a more ADC style, you want to first swap his goblet over to Anemo damage percent, because that's going to grant you the biggest green numbers. And then you swap his circlet over to crit instead of EM, and then you swap his sands over to attack instead of EM. But that also works in the reverse direction, where right now your Venti is ADC. If you wanted to swap him over to an EM style, then you would gain the most from swapping his sands first.
Okay.
Well, it depends on your specific investment. But assuming like even level investment, you would probably gain the most from swapping your sands first, then your circlet, although sands and circlet can like vary in which one is better.
Yeah.
Depending on your build. They're around equal sometimes. And then your goblet.
Okay. So
which is kind of complicated. But
yeah.
Basically, goblet is very good. The other two are not as important.
Okay. Yeah. Eula, we're gonna probably skip. I'm about to get disliked to hell because she's all right. Now this is also another reason why I'm trying to be a bit more conservative with my spending from here after. We have enough characters for, at least in my situation, I have every character. We have enough characters to the point where I find myself just completely not. Anyway, I think we talked about this last time, where I'm just like not using a lot of them. Like Miko is another one. I know I could just for fun, just for out of curiosity, spec into Eula because she's like my third favorite waifu. But this, I guess we'll skim through stuff really quickly. She's not a priority at the moment, and also because I am, even though we're 30 minutes in, I still want to try to speed it up because we have a lot to go through.
We're about 6 characters in here.
We can speed run through this all, don't worry.
Yeah. Vines, and she's double physical.
Okay.
Yeah, so for some reason my physical artifacts are decently lucky. That's not really that great.
That's
That is bad.
The sands needs an improvement.
This is beautiful.
That's a really good goblet.
It's delicious.
Onset too. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, this one was extra salt. I was so mad.
27.7 defense percent.
That should be easy to upgrade.
So yeah, she is C1. I don't know why I got her C1. I saw this when it was, because for me, if you watch any of my pull videos, you'll know that I have absolutely no idea anything of the character before I pull them, and then I find out after if it's worth it or not. 777. I don't work on her right now. So Ganyu. So she is a character who, when I got her artifacts like in the span of 2 days, and then I didn't really touch her beyond that point. So she's probably outdated in a few of them. She's got R1.
Okay, actually, question: how do you use her? Like what team?
Oh, good question. I definitely don't use her for either melt or I would use her mostly for freeze, but for me, I bring her along for usually anything that, like any monument defense or general cryo application. Like I would alternate between Ayaka Sunha and Ayaka Ganyu, depending on.
I like that team, yeah. So it's
in that case, then you might get better results with a different weapon.
Different weapon.
I would
right, because I'm not really using her. Yeah, I'm using her more for ult and skill anyway.
Actually, you do have Thundering Pulse, so you can just immediately use that. If you level that up. The one thing I saw, I think, was you're running about 60% crit rate already, and I don't think I saw for Blizzard Strayer, right? You're running 2-2.
Yeah, let me just write. I'm just taking notes down for Ganyu. So I am running 2-2 because I haven't really.
Yeah, I would just grab the first 2 Blizzard Strayer pieces you can and just throw them on there because it's gonna be better. The percentage difference is huge. Substats almost don't matter. Okay,
got it. Wait, isn't Blizzard Strayer just the double crit? Yeah, there's the double crit thing.
Yeah.
Just 40% crit rate. It's too good.
I would imagine, like, here's the thing. So for when I was my thought process for this was Ganyu, she will always be, every time I use her, I'm using her in a cryo comp. So she's already at like 85 crit or something, which I'm like that at that point I'm happy with. Statistically, it's like the most likely for that to happen.
Do you use a crit damage circlet or?
What is she using? No, she's crit rate.
Yeah, I would just swap that
see
with
if
his
you
crit
can
damage.
Yeah.
That's probably where you're getting so much. That's definitely where you're getting so much crit from.
Okay. And then insert random nice substat goblet. And then
That's solid, yeah.
this one is also kind of, I don't know, I've been...
That's probably the best you have right now?
Yeah, roughly. And then Feather, this is a Walmart version of Yelan's. It has ER at least, but...
Any Blizzard Strayer, though? If you have, like...
I might have a couple,
decent
but,
one.
like...
Anything with really crit damage and you'd be fine.
No, not really. It's just...
Anything with attack? Attack is also very nice.
That one's probably good enough.
Really?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Even though you have 63 EM, it's fine, I guess.
You're not going to be using that, but you just want to get the 4-set bonus.
Okay, then if it's gonna be 4-set bonus, it'll have to be... I haven't pulled in any flowers in a while because I kind of stopped that domain for a bit. I do have this.
That one's actually not bad.
The attacks, yeah. The crit's kind of going to waste, but the attacks...
Well, how much will we be at if we're... Oh, we don't have a crit. I don't have a crit.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh,
Well,
you might have to go...
Yeah, I'll have to farm.
Oh, you actually don't have a flower. Oh,
I'll have to
you're
farm.
right. Yeah, you definitely need a flower.
Fine. Alright, farm, flower, and or circle, CD circlet on Ganyu. Okay. Okay,
The thing
fine.
about Ganyu is she has the same like Xiao thing where you just have saturation of crit from Blizzard Strayer, which makes attack percent more valuable on her.
Yeah.
Like generally, as a rule of thumb, if you have a lot of one stat, the other two become more valuable.
Yeah, it's
So
the
he
diminishing
takes got a
returns
lot
kind of
of
thing.
that, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she gains 40% 55 from another like 55 from the cryo resonance if you're running her with Ayaka. So it's like you don't need much
Right. Plus the 20% on her
charge
shots.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Well, if
you're
you're playing
using
her with
storms,
if you're playing her with Ayaka, you're not really relying on her charge
Exactly.
shots too much.
so it's not as important still.
Yeah, I don't really consider the A4 there.
Okay. Wait,
This
actually,
reminds me, I need to pull for Ganyu before she goes away.
I already got her C2, so I'm good on that front.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
she's
solid.
fine. And she's 979.
It's fine, yeah.
Okay.
979 is good.
Alright. Ayaka. So, for her, I am running Blizzard Strayer, so she's negative crit rate.
I
but
can already
she's...
tell she's your favorite.
Not actually, no. I would actually say that there's someone who's even more stacked than her. But she's missed. And for her, I did pack 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, so... Flower
fine.
could be better, but it's doable. It's 30.
It's honestly fine, yeah,
It's
because you have 40%, and then it's not like you're overcapping with that.
Yeah,
crit
it's-
rate.
As long as you don't overcap, I'm generally okay with a little more crit rate on there. I got lucky with mine and just got like all crit damage pieces, so I kind of avoid that issue. But it's painful against stuff you can't freeze because she has like a base of 6% crit rate, so it's just
Oh,
no
jeez.
crit.
So she's all or nothing. If the boss can't be
Unfreezable.
CC'd, then it's useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does hurt. You do get the 20% crit rate from Blizzard Strayer still, because you can apply cryo to them at least, but just can't freeze.
Yeah. Oh,
That
this
could
is sad.
be-
This is just sad.
That can be improved.
Honestly, it could. Wait, I think I have like the exact same stats on my.
Not bad.
my crit
It's
so far.
not. It's a mid piece. I'm not gonna cope.
It's
a mid-
whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
But
easier. to
the
replace.
attack percent is at least like used on her, which is nice.
Okay. C2. Very essential.
Okay, so very
And
solid.
she's 999.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shogun. She's not optimized. I know for a fact she's not optimized, but I've given up.
No.
270.
She's the type of character I'm just like, throw it in the optimizer because it's so it's an easy setup. Just optimize for her burst and
Yeah.
trying to eyeball it is good luck. It's too much going on there.
So
Okay, that's an
I have a
interesting
few other
thought.
flowers, but they're all not as. I feel like they just don't carry as much total value as this one.
Let's see.
I'll compare
Yeah, that
them.
one's actually fine. Raiden is. I mean, she's another one of the characters where attack is okay because she has so much damage percent. So the 15% attack is not bad. I would use the left one over the right one, yeah.
Really?
I would guess that's better.
Oh wait, the left one, as in this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one
so
with
that's
the
one I'm already using.
50.7%
Yeah.
attack, yeah.
Okay. So this is feather. It has nothing
That's
but
good.
crit stats, but I figured I have enough ER to
Yeah.
funnel in some more.
270 is 100% enough.
Yeah. And then this is just insert sexy substat goblet or sexy substat artifact because it's glidey, but I liked it.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah.
I love how we're saying we're looking at 42 crit value and we're like, yeah, that's good.
Honestly,
Other
I'm
people.
just trying to think of like I think that Raiden with Engulfing Lightning,
You might want to do an attack. Yeah.
You might want to go attack instead of ER.
Oh, I'm overstated.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know
I think
because
you might
I'm
be
trying to think of how
overcapable.
valuable ER is for her. Because I don't remember like with Engulfing Lightning, I think
You want about
ER is
270.
better than attack, isn't it?
You want about 270.
I got this
Engulfing,
one.
like with her buff.
I have this.
That is. I don't think that's better, honestly.
No.
Probably
Really
not.
much better. That
Yeah.
sand is just really good. The
Yeah,
witch.
this thing's just stats.
Yeah,
Which
that
is,
might be very very close.
Could be very close because it depends on what team. Because like again, Raiden can't
She's national.
benefit-
I almost always use her for national.
Well, that she can benefit from the 42 EM.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to make it better than the left one.
I don't really notice it
like
because
the
she just
physics
destroys
of
everything
Raiden
anyway.
stats, honestly, yeah. It's also like in Raiden National, like your other team members are doing so much damage that it's not really going to be worth optimizing Raiden's damage because even if you have like a C2 Raiden, she's probably not going to be dealing more than 40% of your team's damage. Maybe she can. I don't know, but it's like the other characters in your team are.
You're saying that like 40% is not a lot.
40% is not that much, yeah.
40% crit value?
No, 40% of your team's damage. I mean.
Oh, I was gonna say
Like,
like what?
yeah.
40% is not a lot. Some people would commit war crimes
are
for
you
this stuff.
okay?
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like, dude, how sweaty are you, Ayzel?
I don't play the game. No, I'm kidding. But no, I'm not kidding. I'm not.
In national, though,
But-
I would actually stick with that. No, I would actually stick with the ER stance. So in
Yeah,
national,
because
Got
you
it's
do
better.
give your
Yeah.
teammates more energy with higher ER.
Okay.
Although it caps out at some point, doesn't it? I completely forgot.
You can
Haven't
no,
done
but
my
the
jobs
gain
before.
on Zhongling's more than worth it.
Okay. Electro, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid piece.
It's like a settle. This is like a settle piece. And then this is I was pleasantly surprised with this one though. This one was nice. For me, anything with any crit rate with a crit damage 20% or more is a win for me.
You have so much EM on your ride, and you're practically like running an aggravate ride.
Reens, what did I tell you about? What did I tell you about EM being the substat that's attached? I'm weird. I have everyone else gets Chi. I got Gene. I got like 7 genes. Everyone else gets defense or something. I get EM. I don't know why.
7 genes. Oh, you don't understand how much I've been struggling to get that C4 gene. I'm still coping for it.
You know, like literally, it got to a point where 3 off banners in a row were Gene. Like, I think I'm at C8 Gene now. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Hey, where were we? Okay, so she's C2 for true damage, and then 7, 8, 10. This doesn't increase. This only gets more. Oh, it does give more. Yeah,
It's
okay.
the elemental burst. Yeah.
All right, I will put points next
It's
battle
her
pass.
normals. You don't have to level. Her normals, you just leave them at 1.
Yeah, because she's a child, right? Where she gets it's attached to her. Yeah.
Everything
Right.
to
It's
her.
attached to her burst. It's not attached to her skill. Or her normals. Yeah. Also, I just looked it up. ER is better than attack with engulfing lightning, so you're fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, oh baby, my pride and joy. Not well. She's fallen off a lot recently because I only use her for out of cope, but
Fair enough.
whatever. She's missed as well.
You have 2 misses. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I can show you my weapon depot for the time being. This is what I have.
That is a lot of weapons.
Yes.
The-
That's
the
also. I think we
like-
did discuss this at one point. I feel like so much value or so much combat pressure is lost by not having their weapon of choice. Because like when I look at my girlfriend's party and stuff, and she talks about how she's struggling with Abyss, and I take a look at her weapon, she has like almost no 5-star weapons. I'm like, wow, do weapons actually carry that hard? Or...
It depends on the character. So for example, on beta, Serpent Spine is like better than Wolf's Gravestone. Especially
we just have some very solid
Fire
4-star weapons. Right. It's mostly the claymores and just
Claymore, specifically just Serpent Spine. Yeah.
No, and also Fav on like all of your supports. Just
Fav supports,
Fav sword, Fav spear. I run teams that have like 2 Fav on people all the time.
But there are also characters for which weapons do make a gigantic difference.
Well, like engulfing?
Engulfing Lightning, definitely.
Homa on like Hu Tao.
Homa on Hu Tao, Thundering Pulse on Yoimiya.
Did you say Homa on Hu Tao?
Yeah, Homa on Hu Tao.
Yeah.
Checkmate, atheist. I'm so salty that everyone trashed on me.
Yeah, Homa on Tao is very good.
Yeah.
Thundering Pulse on Yoimiya, and I can't really think of like. There are definitely more characters than like I'm thinking of right now, but Miss Splitter reforged on Ayaka.
Oh, that too, yeah. Alright, so Keqing, she's pure EP in stats.
That's a lot of crit.
That's
I don't care about actual practical usability, I just care about making her as stat boosted as possible. So this is what? 38. This is this one's meh, but I needed a Shimenawa. Actually, there must be something better. There has to be something better. I don't know. I could check actually.
That's not that bad if you run her with a Dendro character now, because she actually makes really good use of aggravate.
Oh, the EM, right? That's true.
Yeah.
And then Electro Goblet. Actually, this is probably her worst piece. Period. Because this is like freaking 2020 standards. This is like 2020 standards. Yeah.
It's like not even 20 CV.
Oh yeah, this one's okay. I wish I had a bit more, but I was happy with it.
It's fine, yeah. I mean, Keqing does want a decent bit of ER depending on the team. Sometimes you don't need that much. Like if you run her with Fischl, it's like whatever. Sometimes you need her with more. It's very team dependent, but 130 is a nice number to have, I guess.
Wow, she's actually 8 on her. Her thing is 8. Wow.
Yeah, I would level that up because she definitely does benefit a lot from her burst.
All right, Reens, bust out the well actuallys.
I have a better child than you. Actually,
get ready.
Yeah,
get ready.
Like the lack of.
I hope you won't feel too disappointed. Just be gentle.
Okay.
SMH my head.
Yeah.
No. Wait, actually, let me look at your stats again. Give me a second.
He's really invested in this one.
I think that the two things that I would improve here are having more ER. I think that generally on Childe you want to aim for 125. 120 is what people will recommend. I like to run 130 to be comfortable. Because 40% of his damage.
Reens is she's pulling out.
Reens just wants the max.
He's going Monday morning quarterback right now.
Depends. You have C1, because if you have C1, drop his EM by 10%.
You mean his ER?
Yeah, his ER, sorry.
But if you have C1, that's fair. Because you generate one additional particle from the one additional side that you get. I would still run 120% though. Because
wait, I do have C2. That's why I didn't really bother.
Yeah, with that you basically can just 100% it and be fine.
Well, it depends because like if you're against a boss, then C2 is literally worthless. If you're against a lot of enemies, then C2 becomes really, really good. So it's situational. 110%, like if you want to take an average, the 110% is fine, but also that's kind of weird to be taking an average of different situations that you could encounter because it just means that you're not optimized for either.
Yeah.
I don't know because. The thing about Childe is burst is so much of his damage that it's really valuable to have it up. So
It's also just
Like,
really
I generally
push
like
for an
Purple.
extra particle if you're short on him. He's not the type of character where if you're one particle of energy short, it's the end of the world. You can just stay on him for another 2 seconds and basically get that extra particle if you do happen to fall short. So that's why I don't really bother in that respect.
No, the problem though with that is that if you go on him, like, how do you stay on an extra second? You're at the beginning of a rotation, and you have like 59 energy, you have 59 energy, because you can't go into melee form and then do a ranged burst. So what you would have to do is you would have to do a charge shot in order to trigger the Raiden type flash. You can't plan 20 seconds ahead of time.
Well, I mean, I do have this.
No.
If I'm okay with sacrificing one roll of each stat, then I give myself 22 and 22%
I would use
ER.
that. Yeah.
Reens?
She's going to disagree.
If you want to be comfortable.
Let's just assume what your opinion. Like, if I was you, what would I do?
If I'd keep what you have.
Okay.
If I was you, I would not keep what
She wants maximum EP.
No.
Yeah. This is the insert sexy substat artifact.
I see.
Yeah. And then I like this one. It's not double crit, but I like it.
It's fine.
No, it's nice.
EM is very good on him because you're vaping his burst if you're doing the rotations correctly. You might not be doing the rotations correctly. I don't know. You also might be playing something weird like
always want to be vaping his burst. That's
you also
like
might be playing something weird like Freeze Child, where you literally can't vape his burst, but you.
That's fair, but that's really a different type of optimization.
No one really plays Freeze Child though.
It's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
But no one
I think
knows
my child runs about 100 EM off of his substats.
Yeah, 100 I think is the. Well, saying that there's a target that you want to hit is misleading because it's all a question about trade-offs, but 100 EM I think is a good thing to aim for.
Mm-hmm. If you run him with Sucrose, less so Kazuha, you can basically freely grab those EM substats. They're basically as good as an attack percent for him in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I have basically pick your poison, but in his case, because he's already looking pretty good, I went for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Yeah.
You are running Polar Star.
She will murder me right now.
I think that
Oh.
one thing that I would actually say though is you might be better off not running 4-piece HOD if you have better substats on other artifacts, because 4-piece HOD is like what 2% better than 2-piece HOD.
Right. 2 for him is fine actually.
2-2. What's the other two?
Just any attack set.
Any attack,
like
yeah.
Gladiator,
Oh, okay.
whatever.
Well, then in that case, then I could replace this, and I could probably replace what's another trash. Well, it's mostly this. So I can swap this out with maybe I swap out an equally similar. Hang on, there must be another like a Gladi piece that's like really good or something, isn't there? Oh wow, I actually have nothing. No, nothing. Yeah. So I'll rain check on that then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just put the notes here. Try 2-piece HOD and 2-piece 18% attack.
The difference is very small. I mean, it's more with Bennett kind of pushes HOD to be slightly ahead, because if you're running like Freeze Child, then just throw that all out the window. Just use with 4 HOD. I should just use 4 BS and Freeze Child.
Yes. But you can also swap one of the pieces for a Noblesse piece, because you already have one Noblesse piece, so you only have to swap out one instead of swapping out 2. Because 2-piece Noblesse is also very close, but that's premised upon you vaporizing your child first.
No, I like it. I don't really go for. I mean, I ult whenever it's most convenient to do so. I prefer his DPS more than burst.
I feel like a lot of child mains would be very mad at you right now.
There you go. Yes, I know. Child. The difference between Ayato and Child is that Child is more Eula-esque, where it's like he can EP and damage per screenshot the crap out of the game. But you know what? Screw everybody. I'm already mass disliked when I skipped Eula, so.
I see.
Whatever. We'll move on from that. We can do like a 2-parter or something actually, because although then again, we don't have to cover these characters for now, or at least on screen. I don't know. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. because
we just do what you want to invest in next.
We're approaching the 1 hour mark, so probably one more character. We'll cover Hu Tao, and then I'll ask the comments what they want.
Yeah.
Wait, we can't judge your Chi-Chi? She's next. I really want to judge that Chi-Chi.
Oh, shut up.
4-piece clam triple attack. That's all you need to use.
Yeah, no, she is my most invested character, Kappa. Alright, so
That's
there she is.
Damage.
Yep.
So she wasn't like this. I think she was 90 and or like 90 or 85 and 200, but I think I stumbled upon something. Oh yeah, this one. Not that one. No, which one was it? I stumbled upon a good artifact for her. I forget which one was it, or was it this one? Hang on.
I don't think you're using it.
Didn't I have a... It wasn't this... I specifically remember getting a...
Well, that's a very solid circlet.
Or was it this one? It was this one actually. Yeah, this is a 34.2 equivalent. That it was this hat. Yeah. So I decided to sort that. So this is her flower. Crit values could be better, but I mean. And then feather as well. Crit values could be better, but again, I gave up.
That's a pretty cope feather. Not much going on there.
Thanks.
Actually, I would swap if you're willing to sacrifice your Diluc because.
No.
Okay. Because Diluc's got like an ideal Hu Tao piece right there.
I mean, what you would actually want to do is you would just want to completely not run 4-piece Crimson at all and just swap over the 4-piece Shimnawa.
Yeah, so I've been stewing on that for a bit. Oh, God, friggin'. I do have Shimenawa stuff already, but I don't think they're Hu Tao geared. Like I didn't do it with Hu Tao in mind, and I think I might have given up on a few HP ones, or potential good HP ones, and foddered them. Like I go to like level 8s and 12s. If it fails, then I just fodder them. So they might have been good Hu Tao potentially, but then I foddered. So I didn't have it with her in mind. Like, I didn't plan ahead. I do have a few okay serviceable ones, but not enough to go 4-piece.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah. So then again, I feel like it's fine because she is a vape user. So I was like, could be
4-piece
worse.
Crimson is not that far behind 4-piece Shimenawa. It's just 4-piece Shimenawa will tend to pull ahead, and for most people, it's more efficient for them to farm the emblem Shimenawa domain than the 4-piece Crimson Witch domain. Because there's so few users of Lava Walkers and Crimson Witch compared to just what we have now.
Yeah.
Because like previously you had Xiao, but Xiao uses emblem. Then you had Hu Tao, but Hu Tao uses
And CW is actually only going to be ahead if you get 2 burst off. Which for Hu Tao, when you get to like this level of gearing, honestly most of the time you're not going to need 2 bursts per abyss floor.
Well, and the other thing about Hu Tao is it's more optimal even with Crimson Witch to just run 100% ER and just burst every other rotation than run like 130 to 140%
Right,
ER.
you don't want to build any ER on her, just what you get, like, incidental.
Yeah. I want to replace this, but the reason why I'm keeping it is because of crit rate. I don't have any other Pyro Goblet that gives the same crit rate specifically.
Yeah, I think yours is pretty stacked too right now for crit damage. So you're like 60% crit rate on her?
Yeah.
It's kind of borderline.
Yeah, it's borderline not. I'm overstated.
If you have a goblet that just has a ton of crit damage, maybe swap to... Actually, do you already have a crit rate circlet, or what are you using?
Crit damage circlet. That's why I have too much crit damage right now.
Too much crit damage there.
Yeah, first world problems. I know. All right. So weapon she's Homa.
I'm surprised you got to 60% crit rate for the crit damage circlet.
It's because again, it's because of this goblet.
It's that 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the goblet. Doesn't she also have a crit rate ascension? Or am I remembering that incorrectly?
Probably. I don't know.
Or no, I think that's Diluc, and then she has crit damage ascension.
Yeah.
Let me check.
So Constellation, I went after C3 because if I remember correctly, she's one of the few who C3 is the elemental skill, not C5. And I do like her C3 because big attack.
Mm-hmm.
So Hu Tao is the only one that has multiple, not one but 2 crowns. I double crowned her.
Very cool.
It's because Hu Tao I use her liberally. I still like her. I know people are like, oh, she's washed. I'm like, no, she's good. She's still the best character. One of the best.
She is still a very good character.
Very straightforward.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
why.
think anyone's gonna say she's bad. Anytime a boss floor comes out, it's just bring out your Hu Tao and just murk it in a few seconds.
Yeah. No, I like her because she's just the least execution required. She's very.
Wait, are you seriously gonna say that she's the least execution? Oh, that's gonna start a war.
What do you? Okay, all right. Hang on 1 second. You
I need to see
can't look
how
at
many
me.
N2. I need to see how many.
Yes.
N2Cs
Let's
you
go.
can do
Let's go into a domain right now.
You can't look me dead in the eye and say that this requires just dash cancel and then just do that. How is this difficult?
Wait, I want to see how many N2s you get. Let's actually count them.
Wait, what's N2s?
N2 is you. Well, so here's the thing. In nearly all teams, it is more optimal to do N2C, where you do 2 normal attacks into 1 charge attack, rather than do 1 normal attack into 1 charge attack.
Especially for you because you're running double hydro, which is 1 more.
Oh my god! Oh, so mechanically different. What am I ever gonna do?
The thing though is, if you don't do like a certain number of N2Cs, the Hu Tao mains are going to come after you and they're going to burn you alive because you're a bad Hu Tao player.
Yeah, alright, you know what? Okay, alright. To end off this video, I've pissed off the Sucrose mains, I've pissed off the Shanling mains, I've pissed off the Eula mains, I've pissed off the Kokomi mains twice, I've pissed off the Klee mains, I've pissed off the
Wait, you can't say you pissed off.
The Yanfei mains, I pissed off the Yoi mains, I've pissed off at least half of the Genshin fan base at this point. What's one more?
Fair enough. You don't understand though, Hu Tao mains are very passionate.
More than the Eula mains.
No, probably equal to the Eula mains, but Eula mains and Hu Tao mains I think are probably the 2 most like passionate about.
I'm never gonna say a character that relies on animation canceling is like mechanically not intense. Not when like Zhongli exists, where you just press 2 buttons.
Wow. This game. You guys are talking. This game is just okay. People are treating this game like it's a freaking FGC game. Like no one gives a flying fajita. Like, isn't the whole point of these characters, or like why we're like kind of just sweaty gamer artifacting, is so we don't have to worry about all the animation cancels? Like, I've already said this so many times. This game is too easy to care this much.
The thing is, for Hu Tao, the difference is so big where.
The hardest dungeon in the game explodes to her, even if you do half as many executions as her. Why are people treating this like it's a freaking?
Can you 1 rotation? Yeah, like it's all about killing like.
Alright, it's okay. You guys can judge me. Abyss resets tomorrow or the day on Friday, so you can judge me after that.
We can judge you then. The thing is, I think it is correct to say that once you are so much above the DPS threshold, then you don't really need to care about animation canceling, and Hu Tao is like, okay, yeah, whatever, you don't need to care about that. I think for people on the margins though, where they're like, they need the extra damage, animation canceling just plays a huge degree in whether or not they're able to clear Abyss Wars, which definitely makes it very important for.
Yeah, because you'll get a lot more damage out of just proper animation canceling than any.
It's okay. I have the power of capitalism. I can just override that X with +3 Guide to Afterlife. It's okay. 4576.
SMH my head.
I know, 19 EM. Oh, I'm filthy casual. Oh no. Alright, well anyways.
Well, do you run? Oh yeah, your Zhongli is also not. I was gonna say you could run instructor on your Zhongli, but no, you have him for Burstly.
Alright, I appreciate you guys stopping by for this. I'll find out in the comments if they want me to continue or if they think this is a waste of time. We'll find out, but yay, that was insightful.
Yeah, glad to have
so far from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Out of like what, 50?
15 characters we've gone over so far.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. On not on optimized, but on meets your expectations and preferences.
No triple crown child, 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Got it.
He's more harsh than
I think in general.
Real rating, I think about a 7.
I would say an 8.
Why does that sound like the most politically correct answer you could give, Reens?
A 7 is definitely the most politically correct answer you could give. That's like average.
7 is an average. Average is like, okay, I'm more harsh. 7 is like you're above average. You're
Clearly you are not a My Anime List user.
Yeah, I was gonna like well, not even just Mal. I was actually thinking Mal also, but
those are reviews that's like 4 out of 5 stars. The worst thing I've watched this year.
No, it's more like everyone thinks that no one trusts 7 as a rating because it's like the rule of it's like the average fallacy where it's like if you ask every person, like 1,000 people, what they rate themselves, everyone's gonna choose 7 because they want to think that they're better than average. But by everyone choosing 7 becomes the new 5. So no one trusts the answer 7 because they think that's the everyone trying to pawn off as being average without but also
the low 5 just become like no, like I'll tell you if your account's bad.
It's because people tend to think logarithmically, right? It's like if there's one line attacking you and you go to 2 lines attacking you instead of 1 line attacking you, that's a large increase. But if you go from 66 lines attacking you to 67, that's like whatever.
Yeah.
Because like it's +1 either way, but we tend to think like logarithmically, like or ratio wise or whatever. So 7 is like logarithmically in the middle between 1 and 10, which is why I guess.
Yeah.
That's just telling me you overvalue everything. So when you tell me it's an 8, it's not actually as good as an 8 sounds.
Fine, we'll say it's 9.5.
9.5. Okay. Oh, you're
really so I'm close. Okay, all right.
You're talking to someone that is AR-57 and like hasn't played the game in.
Oh, so he really is armchair gamer right now. He's like the most backseat gamer out of all the Keqing. It's okay.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna stick with 7 and not a logarithmic 7, an actual 7 out of 10.
Well, an actual 7 out of 10 is like an 8.5. Because you have to account for
you two can bicker about that on your own time. I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Well, by the way, in case you guys are wondering why you hear like this like kind of like screeching, not really screeching sound, almost like a ringing sound, the AC turned on towards the latter half of the video, and my AC makes that noise, like a screeching, not what is it called? A squeaking sound. I'm sorry if that was disruptive though, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this random 1 hour long video that for some reason I decided to record. It's very unlike me and what I post on this channel, but if you want to see a part 2, I can continue going with this and just upload for fun. This won't impede the upload schedule, by the way. I will continue uploading my normal content, but every once in a while, you know, just like how I do the whaling videos or the account showcases, this is basically the account showcase, but in a more, I guess, enjoyable form. In a way, I'm guessing many of you minimize this and sort of just listen to what what Ayzel and Reens are saying. But yeah. Alright, anyways, hope you enjoyed watching. If you have, don't forget to follow my channel or subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter for cursed takes and join my Discord server and check out my, I guess, my other whaling videos and stuff if you haven't yet. Till next time, thanks so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you again soon in hopefully the next one. Take care.